In the year 2005, no other rapper was hotter than 50 Cent, with albums out like Get Rich or Die Tryin' and The Massacre, a huge clothing line, and a deal of vitamin water. He was the #1 man in rap. So it's no surprise that he would venture into video games. Now, recently on the channel, we took a look at Blood on the Sand, a surprisingly good Gears of War clone that I actually recommend for people to play. But today we are looking at Bulletproof, released in November of 2005 and developed by Genuine Games. Now, a lot of people on YouTube bash this game, and maybe deservedly so, but is it really that bad? You can tell 50 was actually very proud to be a part of this game.
First time I saw myself in a video game, I was really excited about it because it looks so much like me.
The only problem was it was made by the team that made Fight Club. So that was a bit concerning, but the game did have big names attached to it. Terrence Winter, who also wrote the Get Rich or Die Tryin' movie, not the album. Voice actors like John DiMaggio and Nolan North, aka Nathan Drake, alongside Eminem, Dr. Dre, and the rest of G-Unit, minus Olivia in game. For a pre-Gears third-person shooter, it plays better than I remember. It does have a cover system, but like it's really jank sometimes and unresponsive. You can't blind fire, which would help in some boss fights. And it does have this neat dive feature and movable cover. You can grab dumpsters and move them around and push them into enemies, and I don't think any other game has done this, the closest thing being Army of Two that will let you grab car doors as shields. When watching the behind the scenes videos and game trailers, you can tell everybody involved was genuinely excited to be a part of it. Tony Yayo in his interview actually disses the Def Jam game and calls them corny, which is hilarious. Yayo's been had the funny interviews.
Like you've seen other video games where rappers is fighting rappers and stuff like that. That game was kind of corny. I played that game before. I forgot the name of it, but I didn't really like it too much. It was rappers fighting rappers. But this game is mainly based around G-Unit, Tony Yayo.
Like most games from the early 2000s, the main menu is a cell phone that features communications and the entertainment tab that actually lets you watch music videos, which, as I said in the Blood in the Sand video, is actually a nice novelty that wouldn't really be as big if done today. Like if NBA YoungBoy released a game and all his music videos were unlockable, it wouldn't mean as much due to the fact that you can just Google them on YouTube. You can also call the other members of G-Unit and all the other people in the game and hear their voicemails, and in my opinion, Tony Yayo's is by far the funniest in the game.
Yeah, it's the talk of New York, and right now I'm either fucking your bitch, getting some money, or doing something better to do with my time, but I'm tied up. Leave it.
Now, even though I am indeed using an emulator for this game, it still looked very good for 2005. Like, 50's model is well done in my opinion, along with the rest of G-Unit. One complaint I do have, though, is that this game has infinite respawning enemies, so you'll see multiple versions of the same character model in sometimes. And because it's a PS2 game, this also has cheat codes, and that's not like a major difference. I just want to mention it because games don't have cheat codes anymore, when they should. First impressions are very important for a game, and this game makes a pretty good one in my opinion. The gameplay feels fluid and fast, and I remember it being very slow and janky. The aiming isn't as terrible as I remembered, but I still find myself fighting with the camera sometimes. This game could have definitely used an aim down sight mechanic, much like Blood in the Sand. But I remember really not liking this game, but playing it again, I'm not hating it. But how is the story, you ask? Well, in my opinion, it's pretty good. It starts out with 50 being called by his homie K-Dog to help him. 50 rounds up the G-Unit, and we fight our way through a militia until we get our first boss fight, where I actually died a lot, honestly, but after some trial and error, we defeat the boss, and then 50 is shot 9 times, because of course you have to put that in a story. He wakes up in a ghetto doctor's office, and take a wild guess what the doctor's name is.
I don't need our medicine sometimes, know what I'm saying?
Doc Friday was a crazy fuck, an ex-doctor who lost his license when he started writing himself prescriptions. Some said he wasn't even a real doctor at all. All I know is he'd take care of me, fix me up, and keep his mouth shut.
Okay, jokes aside, this was on purpose, but this game is actually where my name comes from, not Fallout like many people think. He gives us some painkillers, and we fall back asleep. Doc Friday is where you can buy health upgrades in the form of Formula 50 vitamin water. 50 Cent, he made, I don't know, this game has a great way of integrating like his brand deals and stuff, which I think is awesome. Between missions, you'll be dropped into this little hub area called 50's Hood. It's here we'll meet our allies, pawn shop owner Bugs, who I swear is modeled after Mike Tyson, Gulf War veteran Grizz, movie-obsessed maniac Popcorn, Booker, a homeless man who may know more than we think, and Detective McVigar, played by Eminem. He's a corrupt cop who only cares about money. McVigar informs us that K-Dog is being held in a federally protected safe house up in Westchester. 50 annoyed banks fight their way through some feds until 50 discovers that K-Dog was killed.
Oh, fuck. From the looks of it, K-Dog and the others never had a chance. Whoever did this took them by surprise.
We learn about a mysterious tattoo on K-Dog, grab his phone, and escape the safe house. M informs us that we are now the prime suspect involved in the murders, meaning the feds are on the trail. Bugs helps us crack K-Dog's messages, and we learn about some bikers in a junkyard. We fight our way through the bikers with the help of Eminem, and I remember this level as a kid giving me some trouble due to it being pretty dark. I had the Xbox version of the game, so either just the PS2 had better graphics or my TV was sucked back then. This game sometimes can be a where do I go kind of game, particularly in a later level that I will get to. We destroy their meth lab and defeat their leader Spider in a boss fight, and he happens to have the exact same tattoo.
This dude had one I seen before on K-Dog. What the fuck's this tat mean?
It's fuck you in Arabic.
Shit, I gotta get out of here. .38 something. 12th Avenue.
Suck
Fuck.
dick.
Sorry, motherfucker, but right now I need this more than you do. The business was to visit Bugs. See what he could tell me about this tattoo.
Damn, 50, this how you gonna wake a nigga up? What, you couldn't take a picture?
I know you've seen worse than this.
After cutting off Spider's tattoo and showing it to Bugs, he informs us that he actually recognizes it. He saw it on some, quote, Chinese-looking cat that was in here kid off a month ago. Turns out this is Wu Jang, a Chinese crime boss. And this mission kinda sucks. Let's talk about it. So it starts off simple, right? You know, third floors, you fail a stealth section. Whatever, typical. You fight your way underground, and then you have to fight Wu Jang. Only problem is, it's in a parking garage that has little to no cover, and he's got a grenade launcher. I use save states a lot here. Like, I'm gonna show a montage of me dying. I use save states a lot here, and I just kept dying, so I just cheated. I had to cheat here. I know it sucks. Not really the best thing when reviewing a game, but hey, the boss fight sucks. You'd have to play it to figure it out, you know. It was terrible. After searching Wu Jang's van and in quote it being payday, homie, we enter a level in the subways where the same militia from the first level attacks us once again. This mission wasn't bad. I remember hating it as a kid, but it wasn't terrible. It's got some light platforming, some puzzle solving. You gotta shut off a fan, you know, do this and that, but it wasn't terrible. Like I said, sometimes the game can be a where do I go kind of game. It's got your cliche find 3 items to make. You have to make a bomb with 3 items, you know, cliche. And then after defeating another boss by the name of Von Skies, we learned that this isn't the militia. This is actually a big organization that 50 knows. The DEA.
What? A very big one. Oh, fuck. Gabriel Spinoza, Special Agent, Drug Enforcement Agency. This was getting a lot bigger than I imagined. After a long, hard day, I was finally able to get some sleep.
After 50 spends some time in bed with some friends, McVicker enters and he cashes in his favor after giving us the information for the safe house. He wants us to track down a guy by the name of Lou Petra, who apparently has some dirt on McVicker to put him away for 20 years. So you and Yayo go to the projects, kill a bunch of gangsters, and I ran into an issue in this mission. There's a part in the game where you have to cover Yayo from a balcony because he fell through the floor. I'm not even joking when I say that. And I had to restart quite a few times because he's supposed to go around and blow up a wall to let you jump through it. But anytime he would do that, he just wouldn't blow up the wall. Like, the game wouldn't trigger, effectively soft locking me. I was freaking out. I thought the game had to completely soft lock me, but turns out I just had to restart the mission a couple times and it worked just fine. I don't know if that's an emulator issue or if that happens on consoles, but I found that to be weird. Once again, it's another boss fight where the person uses a grenade launcher. So once again, we're putting on the cheat codes, baby, because bazooka time. The projects mission, I actually really like it. I like the theme of it. It's got a great ambiance, as they say. And it's the only time you see that group of enemy in the game. After taking care of McVigor's problems, we approach Booker and ask him if he knows the address found in the book in Spider's meth lab. He informs us that it's most likely the shipyard, so 50 and young Buck head down there. And when talking to the foreman, he hits the under the desk button.
All right. What do you want to know?
I need a list of all the ships coming through in the next week, from Colombia, Turkey, and Afghanistan.
Jesus Christ, what else do you want? Yeah, let me check with my foreman. Yeah, Lou, it's me. Yeah, I got a guy down here, wants some info about shipping schedules, Colombia, Turkey, and Afghanistan. Yeah. All right, have a seat. It'll just be a minute. Coffee or something?
Nah, I'm cool. Call me cynical, but when a dude goes from treating me like shit to offering me coffee in 30 seconds, I'd say that dude set me up.
You're locked in, pal. You're gonna get a lot more than just shipping schedules.
I think you're forgetting something. You're locked in too.
And that's when everybody tries to kill us. This mission has some platforming that, I'm gonna be honest, apart from Uncharted, I'm not really a big fan of platforming and third-person shooters. This was also one of the levels where it's like, where do I go? Because there's a part where you have to put beacons on cranes to attach them to move them, and it took me a while to find all of them. Turns out they're all in the same spot, and they're used to climb up and escape. So shows how smart I am. After taking care of that mess and it taking forever, we have a boss fight that was pretty easy, to be honest. Most of the boss fights that don't use grenade launchers are pretty easy. And that's the shipyard level. Like I said, some of these missions aren't like filler, but like they have like a clear objective, and then that's it. While others are like, find this 3 times, call Banks to unlock this, call Yale to blow this up. You know, sometimes it's tedious, sometimes it's plain and simple. After returning to the hood, we're walking to Booker, and all of a sudden a car peels off and starts blasting off shots. We fire back, but then when we turn around, we learn that Booker was killed in a drive-by. At the funeral, we meet Booker's daughter, Alexa, who is a news reporter. At the apartment, we learn that Booker was not indeed homeless, but he was actually a government agent working undercover. Alexa informs us of a paper that Book had with the name Eduardo Vasquez. He takes it to McVicker, and he gives us the location of him, and he tells us that he's probably not going to be talkative. But what McVicker failed to mention was that it's because he's dead and he's in a morgue. The morgue level as a kid really used to piss me off because I couldn't figure out where to go, and I would just get tired and fed up and look up walkthroughs. I didn't do that here. I actually was able to. I actually remember where to go because I'd beaten this game like 2 or 3 years ago, and I just somehow remembered how to beat this mission. Basically, you find the body, you get his stomach contents, a Latino gang shows up, and you have to protect the clerk at the morgue. He opens the incinerator, and you burn the body. After that, you go into the sewers, and this mission, When I talk about where do I go, this is the biggest example of what I have. The sewer mission sucks. It sucks. Once you actually learn how to do it, it's like, okay, this is pretty easy now. But for a first-time player who's not really familiar with this game, it's a where do I go kind of game. Basically, you have to blow up some valves to drain the water so you can actually escape the sewers. So once you figure it out, it's pretty easy. But like for a first-time player, like me, it was pretty annoying. We get back to the hood and we meet up with Popcorn. He informs us that that bag is not heroin, it's indeed pure Afghani opium, as he says. At 50's apartment, Detective McVicker and Alexa have a sit-down about it, and McVicker informs us that some wise guy in Little Italy was arrested for having some, but he got let off because he was a federal informant. All he knows is he's part of a local mafia, so 50 and G-Unit go down there, a shootout happens, and then 50 gets knocked out. He's almost about to be chopped into bits by a chainsaw until Dr. Dre shows up and saves us. Turns out the rat was actually the boss himself, Frank Capitalupo. So this mission, the Slaughterhouse mission, wasn't that bad. You know, I got confused on where to go here and there, but wasn't terrible. Another easy boss fight too, and it's the only mission in the game where you can team up with Dr. Dre, so that's cool. Back at the pawn shop, Bugs, 50, and Eminem listen to a taped phone call between Capitalupo, Gabriel Spinoza, who's actually the person who shot 50, and another person named Muqtada Muhammad. And this is the only time I'm going to mention him because his boss fight has no cutscene, no dialogue. It's just you kill him as a boss, and that's it. He's so forgettable. When calling Alexa, it turns out that Gabriel broke in and now has Alexa hostage. Oh, and McVicker arrests 50 and so he doesn't, quote, mess up the bust of the century. But guess what? Ergo, Booker wasn't dead and he busts us out of jail. And this leads us to the final mission, Eyes on the Prize. You and G-Unit board a cargo ship, and after finding three lift containers, which, yeah, you gotta love the rule of three thing, you finally confront Spinoza.
I knew from how hard they was guarding this room, I must have found the right place. Turns out I was right.
Freeze!
Let her go.
You were warned to stay away.
Stay away. You're gonna answer for K-Dog. Then you're gonna answer for me.
I'll kill her, I swear. I'll blow her fucking brains out. Don't fucking move!
Back off, McVicker.
You had to be a fucking hero, didn't you? Ah! Fuck!
You stay here, I'm going after.
Where the fuck am I gonna go, man?
And the payoff sucks because Spinoza has the easiest boss fight I've ever played against. I'm just gonna try to play the entire boss fight to prove my point.
Screaming, get at me, dog. How you running for your life when I'm at your bar? I get the waves and that singing like it's regal. A little nigga heard his arm letting off that evil. You know me, black on black Bentley, big old black 9. I clap your fucking ass, get black on black crime. Big old one red queen, you know how I shine. Come on, man. You know how I shine. I'm in the hood, in the drop, shot on final top. Got 100 guns, 100 reps, why I don't hit no shots. That fat nigga thought lean backwards in the club. My shit so 11 mil, this shit was a dub. Nigga don't fuck with me if you wanna eat, cause I whip your little ass like Big on deep. Yeah, homie in New York, niggas like your vocals, but that's only New York, dog, your ass is local. Clickety, clank, clickety.
One thing they didn't teach you in the DEA, when you go to kill someone, make sure they're fucking dead.
And that's the final mission of the game. Booker thanks us for helping him out. We finally get revenge on Spinoza, and we get one final hilarious Eminem cutscene.
Sort of trained to look the other way sometimes, but the police are coming, so I'd make it snappy if I were you.
Thanks, Booker.
No, thank you.
Guess I'll be seeing you around.
You have my number.
Though I'm not in the business of saving the world, I have to say finding those missiles did make me feel pretty good. Of course, we did get paid with enough product to control the drug game for years to come.
Ah!
How you feeling?
I've been shot. What do you think?
I think I got a pretty good idea how that feels.
It was just business, 50. Nothing personal.
You take care of yourself, McVicker.
What's this for?
I don't know. Spend it on your kid.
Tell you the truth, I don't even have a kid.
To tell you the truth, that gives me some hope for humanity.
50 Cent Bulletproof will go over to sell over 1 million copies, but it got a very low Metacritic score. This game was poorly received, and I can honestly see why. After going back and playing it, I have a newfound love for this game because I used to hate it myself. But after playing it again, I'm like, if you're a 50 Cent fan, you'll probably like this game. But if you're playing this as a straight up gamer, I don't think you'll like it. The soundtrack itself is very good, but also that's kind of like, if you like 50 Cent, then of course the soundtrack's good. But if you don't like him, then you're not gonna like the soundtrack. It's just all 50 Cent and G-Unit. It would have been nice to have some of Eminem's albums in the game, but beggars can't be choosers, right? If you like dumb fun video games that are bad and you got some time to kill, I would recommend playing this for a round or two. It's got an arcade mode where you can just screw around and not worry about story. Now, originally I was going to cover the PSP version too because it's actually vastly different, but A, I'm doing this video at my grandpa's house, and B, I don't have like I don't have like a legit way to record PSP footage. You know, I mean, of course I could just put my camera to it, but I feel like it would kind of be hard to see. But the PSP version was actually a top-down game, believe it or not. It's a lot. It was more received. It was received better than the console version. And one thing it has that the console doesn't is actually player customization. You can buy different G-Unit shirts and stuff in the game for money. I'm not gonna grab someone else's footage off YouTube. I mean, I know I've done that before for other videos, but like, I kind of wanted to play it again myself. So yeah, no PSP review, sadly. If I can find out a way to maybe record PSP footage without having to just zoom in my camera, maybe we'll do a part 2 of this video. But if you guys enjoy this, consider leaving a like, subscribe. If anything goes according to plan, this video should come out like the day after the Def Jam fight for New York one, so hopefully that stuff doesn't get messed up. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know what I should review next. I think I might do another poll or something. But yeah, I'll see you later. Peace. I'm out.